It's going pretty good. I have everything laid in. The one thing I don't like about this is that it's metal coated, so don't want to short anything out. So I got my little table there to cut. I got this laid out like the car. This is my extra piece. And starting with the tunnel and going down, these nice little panels got in, got everything siliconed in, and see over there, really tightens up the car. So we're gonna keep going. All right, we got a little Frank Lloyd Wright action going. Like I said, they shorted me a panel, but with all the scraps, I was able to fix that up. And I was able to fix up the top. There was a lot missing towards the edge, and I just stuffed it in. So, looking pretty good. Of course, they didn't give you enough to go all the way up the panel, but, you know, whatever. Is what it is. And then this side got some extra Frank Lloyd Wright, some circles and all sorts of stuff going on there. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. It's very shiny. Looks pretty good. So they give you enough of this insulation for the firewall and then the trans tunnel. So I guess that's their way of saying that the trans tunnel gives off a shitload of heat, I guess. nonchalantly. That's what they're telling me. So I'm going to get this stuff on, and then we're going to see about carpet. Not sure how far we could go. I believe the carpet is all cut up in pieces like this anyways, and if that's the case, then I could do everything except these side panels. And then possibly temporarily put the seat in so I could get the car down to get the body on. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, we're just going to keep going. Nothing's getting in our way. We're moving. We're moving. It's happening. So we have some carpet. It's very light actually. Very light carpet. This is the trans tunnel. So the first thing I need to do is just wipe everything down, degrease it, make sure there's no fragments of stuff. And then we start with the trans tunnel. I'm going to dry fit some stuff, kind of see where I'm at. And you know, it's kind of cool in the process that I've done the trans tunnel itself with the pieces, then I did the aluminum, got that to fit, then I did the insulation, got that to fit. So by the time you get to the carpet, and I'm not an expert at doing this type of stuff, but I feel confident that I know what I'm cutting and how to go about doing stuff. And so we're going to give it a shot. But if I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere on the tunnel correctly, I might bail on that and do other things. But they say to do this first, so I'm going to try doing that first. So the manual doesn't tell you jack, but it seems like there's a pretty good way of having this flow out. I kind of like the floor down first, then the trans tunnel coming on top, and it almost kind of goes away. And there's extra carpet coming up, so it seems like that works out perfect. However, I want this on top because it would look weird otherwise. You got the raw edge facing away from you. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. And then these side panels would go on top. But it's kind of hard to lay the bottom in first, then lay that on beforehand, then that goes like catch-22. Catch-22. I'm gonna call this the catch-22 hot rod version 2 because that's all it is. But I will say, with this all decked out, looks pretty damn good. Looks really, really good. So we'll see. But I'm going to keep kind of laying this stuff out, and then at the last minute spray. And I think I'm going to spray while the pieces are in. You know what I mean? Like, just pull it up, spray a little bit, tack it in, be done. If I spray it beforehand, I think it's just going to be a nightmare trying to get it on the car. So that's kind of the idea. You can tell I'm procrastinating. What I might do is get this all kind of fitted and then glue it tomorrow when I'm fresh. So, need brain power to do this. This would actually be a good one to have some help with. But it's not too horrible. It's just making sure you got stuff right. Alright, it's a few days later and I still haven't gotten I just stare. All I do is I stare at the carpet and figure out all the layers and how they fold on top of each other and what I want to do. And I know, like, if once I get started, maybe an hour or less, I'll have it all figured out. But I just can't seem to start. So, not sure what we've gone over, but this is like way too big because there's also another piece here that actually comes in. And I have to probably go over these cables so they're not sticking out. We've got a piece up here, piece here. The floor needs to go on top of that one. The back, we just verified where the seat comes up to. Oh, man. We just verified where the seat comes up to. And then I got to take the back. And the back has a lot of length, which I could probably just cut in, but I could also overlap. Because it doesn't really matter, it's behind the seat. But it's just trying to figure out what's more appropriate. But you can see I got literally two inches or so that could just fold over. And normally it would just fold over, but then you got your seat belts in the way, so, you know, I'm just making noise. That's what I'm doing, just making noise. Get to work, Jim. Get to work. Alright, so we trimmed this out. We got this laying in really nice. It's going to overlap the bottom. So that's really good. I think with this, you know, the seat comes all the way up to here. And this is really fat. And then I got this extra piece anyways that needs to go in here. So we're going to look at this. That supposedly angles in, and if that goes all the way down, seems to magically make it to the other side. So I don't technically need all this, but I think what I'm going to do is cut these back here and then wait on this piece, because I still, again, need to get back to these panels. So this is the last thing that's probably going to go in, or second to last, and then this will be last. So temporarily I'll cut these off and get that all glued in, get this glued in, figure out about that thing. And then I think we're good to go. We'll see. I got the drive shaft tunnel in, and I had to cut this open more to get around that carpet, and so this is not permanently in. I'll pull it off, get the doors hung, get that in, then put this on. So I think I'm going to keep seeing if I could dial in this side carpet as much as possible, and I'm going to have to see if this is going to interfere with my body. You know, yeah, it's only whatever it is, a 1/16 of an inch or whatever, but man, I can't tell you how much something like this that goes on after the fact screws you with any of your holes aligning later. It's like, if I would have known this beforehand, I would have put this on. This was an unidentifiable part. I don't believe it's in the manual. Didn't know what this was until like 2 years into it. In fact, no, actually 3 years. I just figured out by emailing somebody else. I'm like, what is this? Where is it supposed to go? I knew it had something to do with this area, but I just couldn't figure out where it went. And then it kind of all made sense once I had that conversation. So I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully that doesn't screw me. If it does, I'll just have to pull it off and do something else. The other thing I can't tell is whether this is, I think this is, I don't know about 100% buried. There might be a little area on the back here that you see. This will be buried over here. But you know, I don't want to use like something that has a big bolt head that causes more lift. Something that I almost want to use countersinks, if you will, to put this in to not screw me over when I put the body on. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if the carpet will stay, because from the way they cut it, it looks like they want you to just glue it and make all these corners, which ain't gonna stay unless you have this there to hold it in place. So, not sure, but we're gonna keep working on it. Alright, so I got these parts in, which look really good. Again, I believe this is all covered by the body, but I'm not sure if some of that's going to stick out and I need to paint it. But everything's looking pretty good. The only thing I have left is these two side panels, which is for that blue area there. And since there's panels that also need to go in after the body's on, I think I have to wait on those. So I think we are done for the carpet for now. And man, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to give this a vacuum and get rid of all the nuances, kind of clean it up, and call this one a win at this point. Feeling pretty good about it. Till next time, have a great day.